because then anybody who feels not recognized, I recognize Father Mutie, and I think all of us will know that even Olesapit will feel recognized. He may not be here, but the Church of the Anglican Church in Kenya. He came the other day to talk to me and to pray with me, and I want to thank you. It reminds me of the country, my second country, where I went to do my postgraduate work, Cyprus. But him, I think, is Orthodox, and I want to really thank you for finding the time. Thank you. Thank you. I therefore now I recognize the others as I go on, and then I'll call my brother Raila. Nimevalia kijeshi na sio jeshi. Kuna vijana hapa when I was coming in walikuwa nasema KDF. So now KDF I discovered nikauliza ni nini, nikasema Kalonzo Defense Forces. Ukiwaangalia wengine they can do with an extra lunch, but it is the spirit of commitment and the love for their country which makes them come out strongly, and more particularly defense of democracy. I am wearing like this, and if a time at the end, I really love to sing the words in one of the gospel songs, stand up for Jesus. Ye soldiers of the cross, lift up his royal banner, for it must not suffer loss. From victory to victory, his army shall he lead. And beautiful hymn writer, how relevant it is. This is a time to stand up. The clergy, Kenyans, stand up for Jesus. Because you cannot be standing up for Jesus if you're in Shakahola. And I'm happy the church has come out very clearly on this matter. But I wonder why Raila Odinga was denied access to Shakahola. And they allowed Shakila, my party secretary general, because I think the Senate committee was going there. So, in the spirit of openness, this matter about Shakahola has hit international news. It has put this country's name negatively. Watch Al Jazeera, you watch other places. Therefore, it behoves us as a nation to be very open about what happened in Shakahola. And as Shakila said, I think that we will know eventually the truth. Now, allow me to read the following, because I want to really celebrate our teams. The clergy present have delivered a timely and very thoughtful message that at its heart reminds us whose children we are and why all of us, at all the times, we must praise and be thankful to Almighty God. I'm thus vividly reminded of Psalms 9:1. I quote, I will give thanks to you, Lord. With all my heart, I will tell of all your wonderful deeds. The last time we gathered here, on January 15, 2022, we had the Yatta Declaration. And I would want to invite my brother Raila, on behalf of Azimio Fraternity, to come up with the Yatta Declaration too. We, as an affirmation of the endorsement of that few months prior, in November, at our Wiper Democratic Movement, a national delegates conference in Kasarani, when we then Yatta won, the declaration affirmed the conclusions of what had happened at the delegates conference. Ultimately, as Wiper and the One Kenya Alliance, Oka, my sister mother at that point was actually with me in Oka, having consulted widely and particularly cognizant of what was at stake for all the people of Kenya, we joined hands with my brother, former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga, and Sister Mother Karua in Azimio la Umoja One Kenya, and crafted the Azimio One Kenya coalition. Others were my brother Gideon Moi was with us, and Kanu in Oka, and I think several other friends who sometimes the going became very tough. I saw one of them running as independent somewhere in Luo Nyanza. However, our presidential electoral victory was openly stolen by the minority Chebukati-led Independent Electoral Boundaries Commission, IEBC, and illegally validated at the Supreme Court of Kenya. In the National Assembly, our majority coalition numbers were unlawfully and systematically reduced to mirror the farce of a stolen election. Today, I want to express my sincere appreciation to all of the Wiper leadership who, despite intimidation and overt bribery, notwithstanding the bets of which political party would be the first to fall prey to the whims of those who currently hold the instruments of power, stood and continue to stand firm and tall. Heko to Wiper members of parliament. None of them was able to get hoodwinked. And if any of them would dare after today, clearly, the next general election utakuwa umejipeleka nyumbani wewe mwenyewe. As your party leader, I take particular pride when I look at all of you and take in our diversity of representation. Against all odds, we have grown from Ukambani region. This is a national political movement of Machakos, Ukambani region, Lower Eastern, Machakos, Makwiny, and Kitui counties, and spread to Taita Taveta. Out of the 4 elected members of parliament in Taita Taveta County, 3 of them are Wiper. And of course, we also spread to Tana River, to Nairobi. That's why we have Mawathe and Embakasi South and other places. To Kajiado, to Embu, Busia, Kisii. Now I know where you come from. Now we know the culprit. It is one Mawathe Musili. Tafadhali, hold your peace, hold your peace. We hear you. We hear you. We hear you. We hear you. You know, ndugu Raila Wakamba wana msemo that an animal smells exactly like the forest from which it slept the previous night. Nyamwe nyunga kitheka kila ye. Ama nyunga kitheka kia ilobi. So, I can talk of Garissa, Wajir, Wiper's presence in 14 counties, and as a movement, I honestly believe this is just the beginning. But we might, in the interest of this nation and growth of democracy and deepening of our gains, have to operate now perhaps, and this is my challenge to the leadership of Azimio, we now must move with speed, consolidate Azimio National Secretariat, and be able to see whether going forward we will not give Azimio #1 priority. To our 3 elected governors, the 3 deputy governors, our 4 senators in this Lower Eastern region, 23 members of National Assembly, apart from the council, I think we're about 30, 4 county women members of parliament, 3 speakers of county assemblies, and 111 members of county assemblies. I salute you all and loudly say, hongereni, hongera, hakika tutaweza, na hakika muliweza. I would also like to pay tribute to all those who sought elective office on a Wiper ticket across the country, but unfortunately did not prevail. William Shakespeare, in one of my favorite plays, Romeo and Juliet, wrote, I quote, "There is an old saying that applies to me. You can't lose a game if you don't play the game." End of quote. So, at the end of the day, you are the next lot of leaders. And to be honest with you, as Wiper, not to frighten our colleagues, our big brother ODM, if we move the way we did, we would even take over Kisii in Nyamira. I know we have MCAs from Nyamira. Did they come? Mheshimiwa Ndonya Aburi, oh, there she is, the Kisii County Women Representative on Wiper. but they worked very closely with the ODM